Hi friends, we are looking at Chapter 5, Multi-Step Equations and Inequalities. Today we're going to talk about Section 5.2, Equations with Variables on each side. There are no vocabulary words, so let's just get right into the first example. Example 1, Equations with Variables on each side. So if you guys look here, you'll see that we've got a variable here and a variable here. This is not something we often have. Here's how you'd handle this problem. When you have a problem like this, I really like the idea of drawing a line straight down the center. What I like to do is decide what I'm going to have on one side and what I'm going to have on the other. On this side, let's say, I can choose to have all of my x terms. And on this side, the right side, I can have my constants. Do you guys remember what a constant in an x term is? An x term is any variable term with an x in it. So if I only want x terms on my left side, I need to subtract x from this side. What I do to one side, I do to the other. When I do that, I'm left with 2x is equal to a positive 8. This is good because now I only have constants here, I only have x terms here, and the final thing I'm going to do is solve for x. If I divide both sides by 2, I notice that x is equal to 4, and that's my solution. Of course, we can always check to make sure it works out. So I can go back to my original equation and place 4 in for x. When I do that, let's put a multiplication here. 3 times 4 is 12. That should be a plus sign. Sorry about that. 3 times 4 is 12 because that's what we're doing. And here we're adding the 4 and the 8. So 4 plus 8 is 12. And it confirms that what we've done is correct. Example 2 is a little bit more challenging, because we not only have one side that has a variable and another side that has a variable and a constant, but both sides have variables and constants. So let's take a look. Again, draw a line down the center. Decide what side you want your y terms and your constants. I like to usually put my y terms, or whatever the variable term is, on the side where more variables are, but you don't have to do this. So I'm going to decide that this side is for my y terms, and this side, c, would be my constants. If I want only y terms here, what needs to go? I hope you guys realize that that's the 8. So to get rid of a plus 8, I'm going to subtract 8. What I do to one side, I've got to do to the other. So I'm left with 7y is equal to 4y is still here. Let's be careful here. This is a negative 10 plus a negative 8, which gives me a negative 18. At this point, I need to do the same thing on this side. This side, the right side, only wants constants. Which one has to go? I hope you recognize that it's the 4y. I'm going to subtract 4y from both sides. When I do that, I'm left with 3y is equal to, these guys have canceled out, negative 18. Hopefully, you can see pretty simply that we're going to divide both sides by 3. When I do that, y is equal to negative 6. Again, if we want to, we can plug it right back into the equation just to be sure that we've done it correctly. Our final example is example 3. We're going to solve the equations with variables on each side. At PA Fitness, there is a one-time fee of $60 and then $25 for each session with a trainer. While at Planet Superfit, there is a one-time fee of $450, then $10 per session with a trainer. Determine the number of sessions until the cost of each plan are equal. So first we need to kind of create expressions for each situation. For this situation here, this first one at Planet or at PA Fitness, what you'll realize is that you have to pay $60, but the $25 is depending on how many sessions with the trainer you have. Let's call that S. So 60 plus 25 times S, where S is the number of sessions you have with the trainer. The next part that we want to set equal to it is 450, which is the other offer, 450 plus 10 times S. What this question is asking is we want to know when this S value is the same, but both of these expressions are equivalent. So I'll write this a little bit neater. So 60 plus 25S refers to this offer, and then 450 plus 10s refers to this other offer. We want to know when they're equal. So we do exactly what I have here. We set them equal to each other and we begin to solve. So I decide which side I want my S terms on. Since there are more S values over here with the 25s, I'm going to put my S terms on that side. And I'm going to put my constant terms on my right side. Now I'm going to do exactly what I need to do. Move what doesn't belong. Only S terms here, so the 60 has to go. That's gone. So now I have 25s is equal to 390, because that's 450 plus a negative 60 plus 10s. Finally, only constant terms here. This needs to go. So I'm going to subtract 10s from both sides. When I do that, I am left with 15s is equal to 390. Simply put, I'm going to divide both sides by 15. And when I do that, we get 26 sessions. So we recognize that in order for both of these offers to be equivalent from both of these different fitness centers, you need to use 26 sessions. All right, guys, listen, that's enough for now. Make sure you copy down the work. Your assignment is already given in your packet. Have an excellent day.